for something, they're coming out of love, and they're coming because they want something really special, you know what I mean? And it really is an expression of love. You know, I pride myself on the concept of the love languages. I'm not an expert by any means, but I do feel love languages and communication is very important. And I think the gift love language is like one of the first things that these toys are doing between touch and gifts. Those like the first two that come to mind. And yeah, so it's really great. Yeah, but that's one of my favorite stories to tell whenever I saw that. And then she came to mind because I just got pictures of her last night. It was really cute.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah,
Hang on one second.
sure.
Okay, we're gonna pause. We're gonna do two parts.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
good morning, LinkedIn. Now it's time for part two with my new amazing connection, Kristina, Lucia, Kristina Andrews on LinkedIn, and we're talking about her handmade teddy bears and animals and stuffed things that she's doing. And the conversation was just going so well that I'm doing a part two to it. Oh, now we've got a little puppy in there too. So we were just talking about how she's doing it handmade and building her business and how she's building, and you're doing absolutely the right thing, you know, starting out by making it so personalized. Now, tell me about the material that you're using. Is this crocheted or what is this?
Yes, correct. So funny story about me. I consider I am Catholic, and so I believe in the Holy Trinity. However, I feel like I have my family Trinity. So my great grandma is the crocheter. Grandma's a knitter, mom's a sewer. And I'm happy to say I can do all three, although knitting, I'm still like getting my flow. So I learned to crochet first because my mom was very close to her grandmother, the way I was close to mine. And so funny story, my great grandma was the crocheter, and my grandma would always be like, oh, you know, no one crochets anymore. And so that's how I learned. And I gravitated towards it because crochet lends you to do all these fun things, like create the structures and the shapes. And these are actually more simple patterns. Like if you go in my website and look at the gallery, actually my godchild's blanket, and actually the day I gifted to her is the day I was asked to be her godmother. It's a butterfly blanket, and that is much more complicated. But
Mhm.
I chose crochet because, again, as a creative, I'm very hands-on, and I feel it kind of lended itself to me when like I started creating. I was like, oh, let me do this, let me do that, and then the fabric is organic cotton.
Oh, very
When I did move forward, because I'd already been crocheting for about 2 years prior to like someone giving me the nudge to be like, oh, you need to do this, you need to look into it further. I started seeing, you know, everything's organic cotton for babies, and I started doing some quick research, and I thought, okay, if people are thinking babies, like I need to have organic cotton. And so that was like a big thing. So anything I make, once in a while someone does come to me for a custom, and it will be a color that I don't have in the organic, and that I communicate immediately. Like, just FYI, like this is not organic, and I leave it up to the consumer or the client. Like I
right.
should say client per client, like, is this okay? The other thing I should say too, they're all machine washable. And that's something I made sure of even before the line day one, because I started babysitting when I was like 9 years old. So, and I'm the oldest of three. So I've been a child. I've seen enough that you have to make sure it's machine washable. So that was something really big. And before I sell anything, like everything I'm holding here, like I actually have a special bag of stuff I use for samples because I always wash everything, you know, before it's packaged, before it's sold, just because, just to make sure like nothing's askew, but also just to make sure it's like, it's clean, you know, because again, I'm hand making it. I consider myself OCD, but I know me, like, I want to know it's clean. Like I'm that client. Like if I go into a store and it's not out of the plastic, I'm like, whoa, wait, hold on.
So
Yeah.
how do people find you? What's the best way?
So my website is definitely the best because everything is there. It's www.KristinaLuciaTeddyBears. And like I mentioned to you, I'm very big on my blog. I blog once a week, and I have giveaways through the blog that I do as well, like downloadable puzzles. I'm also a baker as well. And
Yeah.
so I post recipes, I do coloring drawings, and that's something I actually am working on creating a page on the website where all these downloads will be available. So in case you don't want to fish through the blogs. But yeah, and all my links are on the website. Like I am on LinkedIn, of
Okay.
course, you know, and I do use LinkedIn as a networking source because how I meet amazing people like you too. And Olivia and I actually, you mentioned my good friend Olivia, like we actually met through a friend that I met through a LinkedIn meetup. So like LinkedIn is definitely my networking source. But I find usually it's once people convert to my email list, that's usually how like I really get to know them because
Yeah.
I feel like my blog is like it's a window into my creativity, you know, and I do enjoy writing as well. So yeah.
Well, I can't wait. I'm going to definitely jump on that today and sign up for anything that you have going on.
Thank
Thank you so much. I'm a big believer. It's in my heart that one connection can change a life. And I think Kristina can be that connection for you. So if you haven't connected with Kristina, if you're not following her, and if you're not engaging with her, you really need to. She'll be tagged in this post today, and hook up with her. I think it's going to be well worthwhile, especially if you got kids and or grandkids. Those are beautiful. Kristina, thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. It was wonderful to meet you.
Same to you. Thank you so much for having me. Really an honor. Thank you.
Have a great day.
You too. Thank you.